Hey, 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 hey. We are back with more Danganronpa. Yeah. Not really much more to say than that. Had a little good stream last night. And we're just gonna carry on. I'm still one off that 100 followers, the triple digits, which would be awesome. So if you know anyone, please recommend. Bring them over, because it would be absolutely wonderful to have a few more people watching, people like it, you know, all that kind of stuff. But we're just going to carry on. Just going to carry on a bit more Danganronpa. See what happens. See what madness ensues. No, wrong one. That's the one we want. So yeah, we just started the end. Good people who just died. Here he is, and we're going to investigate this, and we're going to go to trial and see what happens from there. Not much more to say than that. So, Ifumi's body is discovered in the nurse's office. That's it. I forgot Taka as well. I thought it was Taka. Taka's body discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to two nightmares, one right after the other. They weren't nightmares. This is the harsh reality. True nightmare, this is reality. Reality I have to face every day. But still. Why is this happening? Okay, so we have another hammer. Justice Hammer 4. Justice Hammer. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too? So I think Taka is the first murderer, and then something happened to him in response. I wonder if you have to like work out everything. A dolly? No. What's up to her? Toko? Don't tell me Toko too. Relax. She just passed out when she saw the blood. Oh, that's right. When Toko is Toko, she has a fear of blood, right? Tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her for now. So like I said, I should have to leave her alone for now.
However,
but why is it Justice Hammer 4? What's up? You may do as you please. Celeste was tasked with Justice Hammer 1. Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But then then it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to 3? You ready for more? Hi Jaden, you ready for more murder? I am. Well, I'm hoping there's not more murder. I hope we can solve this one first.
what?
What's the matter? You're right, anyway. Well, you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you reminded me.
What?
Out with it. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi's dead too.
What? Hey!
Hifumi's been killed? Yep.
I see.
Which is why you came to get us. And we better check it out.
Damn.
Of course, come on. So Sakura, Bakura, and I rushed out to the physics lab. But as soon as we're out the physics lab, Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something's come up. Yeah, I heard. Hifumi's dead, right?
Indeed.
Well, that's not all. It's gone. What's gone? It has disappeared. What has disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. Oh. Interesting.
What did
What are
you
you
say?
talking about? It's disappeared. Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What's going on? Hey, Profraxel. How's it going?
Hey!
Everyone back to the nurse's office. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing all my balance. I reached out of the nurse's office completely out of breath. Yep, he's gone. It's going good. That's good to hear. Hugs all around, Jaden. I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, yeah, that's a large body to move. Fumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. Got some writing to do. How's it going? Is it going well? It's just disappeared. Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back,
Indeed.
it must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Oh no, Fumi was taken to Brazil. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all gonna die. We're gonna die just like those guys died. Oh, is she finally losing it?
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
First there were 2 murders, now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural. Well, who would have thought? Got 3 time events to write. Oh, you can have a bit of fun with them though.
Huh?
Hold on, what do you mean 2 murders?
Hina.
Taka's been killed, we found him in the equipment room.
No way!
Can't be. Taka too? Can't be. Can't be.
No!
No!
Hina.
Calm down. We're all gonna die, all of us. They're gonna kill all of us. Why? Everyone needs to stop freaking out! Then who might be the next target? Toko?
What?
I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room.
Well,
You left her at the scene of the crime? You didn't have a choice. She passed out and she refused to wake up.
huh?
So she's still unconscious. I mean, the rules are still only 2 people. So, she'll be alright. Wait, so you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me whenever I go. We'll be better off without her. Prepare my butt. Oh, God.
Bastard!
Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everybody, just simmer down! Right now, we need to hurry back.
Huh?
I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die.
Damn.
If something happens to Toko, I'll never forgive you. We shut out the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed. And when we got there... Why would you dish the body? Thank God you're okay. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. Whatever could it be? It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right there. Calling it was Kyoko. Had disappeared. I actually don't know. I can't even remember who's alive anymore. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not hallucination. I saw it before. And what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
What are you saying? Taka disappeared too? She saw the body and decided to move the bodies and burn them for Monokuma.
Stop
Well, that's
talking.
grim. Monokuma likes the game. I don't think he would interfere. And it just vanished into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this has hidden the body. Why would they do that? Taka just evaporated. They've released themselves from the simulation. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. Crime spree. No, I bet Kyo is ready to turn this school upside down to win. Hurry up and catch him before he kills everyone.
Not possible.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
Huh?
Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well,
When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor.
it is so.
After that, we split into 2 groups. And now this time, you came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Kyoko's had an alibi when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love. That's not it.
That's fine.
Well, anyway, I do accept Kyoko's alibi,
Let's see.
which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there's no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. You said you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
I like there's a murder cap. Kyoko won Makoto's trust. It's already set. Yeah, I mean, as much as I like people, I like Kyoko, I don't know if I could trust her. Every time I trust someone, I get wrecked. As long as the rule is in place, there will not be a third murder. If they were to break that rule. Add Mincha! Mincha without a second thought. Mincha, grind you, turn you into paste. By the way, did you know that fist paste can also refer to shellfish, like shrimp or crabs? Cool. Indeed. Thanks for your input there. So since 2 people have been killed, there's no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Bakura? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we're better off without her, though.
In other words.
With that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it is Hiro. But is he really the killer? What about Kyoko? If she's not involved in this case, where did she go?
What?
Hey Makoto, what's the matter? It's nothing. Whatever, we need to find those bodies, or our little narrative can't move forward.
So then...
Let's split up and begin searching.
But...
There's no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case.
I mean...
I know that. I mean, I think I do, but
Hina.
you're still nervous. I'll come with you.
Huh?
Oh, okay, thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell if you find anything. Bakura left the equipment room, followed by the others. I have to try and find the bodies. Okay, body search. Can't go that way. Art room is here. Oh, it's the big, weird expanse into nothingness. What you gotta say for yourself? Where could the 2 dead bodies have disappeared to? Oh, it's locked. How convenient.
Damn.
Maybe they're restocking their food supplies. Leave the area. Okay. So we're not in there. Let's go. Wait, why is no one why am I not more suspicious about the locked door? Soylent Green. Nope. No one here. Nope, wrong way. Classrooms? There's never anything in the classrooms, but I say that and now there will be. Nope, that's a no from me. Oh.
Come on.
Why are you standing there? We need to get to the repository.
Indeed.
I found them. Ifumi and Taka's bodies have both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I've already told Hina and Sakuria. We'll go on ahead. Like, how? I searched all the rooms, like not even all the rooms on this floor, and they've gone all the way. I think that's a bit suspicious, the beeline straight there. Then where is the repository? Wait, is that the storage place? You cheeky minx. Wait, what? To the repository. I thought that was the repository. Where am I going? Where is the repository? Wait, what? What's behind the locked door? They were literally standing in the room. So I opened the door. When I entered, I saw... What? They were literally standing in the room. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard an announcement for the second time.
A body has been discovered after a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like. The class trial will begin.
And so here we are. Without further ado, the next file. I was going to hand them out, but when you found the bodies the first time, I thought something might happen.
What?
It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Hand it over already.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Now make sure to investigate all of you with your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later.
Why? Well then, now we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
What the heck?
How could you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible.
Dead, gone forever, never coming back. Awful. This is just awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body. Really, out of the two, you picked him?
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this was some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. He did. Wait, what?
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Hifumi, wake up!
He's really Snow White.
Huh? That's right.
The kiss wasn't there.
I remember
He looks like
now.
a chipmunk, especially more in this
Hope's
photo.
Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet.
Why is he so cryptic?
Hey,
Could
Hifumi!
be way more
Who
helpful.
was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for a second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. They could have done more. They could have tried to help him during that time. This isn't some fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now the game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yashiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yashiro Hakuge? That's the only person he could have been referring to.
So, in other words...
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people, even killing Taka and Hifumi. And then going so far as to hide their bodies. A criminal that hides the face behind a mask uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hero is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way I can ever forgive him. To kill our two friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our life and death game here. Although this time, it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
It does look that way. It looks that way. It's gonna begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through this to make sure everyone survives. Who is the killer for the poll? Wait. Do this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Poll, stream manager. Woody Killer. I can only have like fixed ones. That's a shame. I was hoping I could like put everyone down. I only have 5. It's alright, I'm gonna put. There we go, I have picked random names. Holy's life. Actually, I'm Santa. Oh god, it's Santa! I have no choice but to go through this to make sure everyone survives. I have to do it. Investigate. The victims were Hifumi and Shimaru. The cause of death was a blow to the head. It was thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon.
Very
That's it?
strange.
It's pretty strange. We've got way less information this time than before. That is no problem after all. The events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma appears! Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained before, during the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, 2 people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Ooh, I'm gonna work with you, and then I'm just gonna sell you out, get rid of another issue.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
So basically, you become an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then.
Are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only the blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words,
And we only need to figure out who the blackened one did the killing, just like normal.
well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
extreme!
the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. So, just one person?
Well now,
That's enough for explainifying. Now down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to the contestants! So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. But they can... but they can take him out. I actually have no clue who's done this. Like, it could be Hero. Like, I was pretty darn sure it was going to be the Shimaru, but obviously not, because he's dead. Unless he killed the big guy and the other one. For a fact that I'm believing it's Makoto. It was me all along, haha!
However,
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's go to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hero is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt. Hero is the accomplice. Surely. That's why he saw him. When he moved him, he saw him.
So,
Don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack.
what?
I'm offended! What did you... I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl.
huh? You've gotta be kidding!
Why gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer. So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She is right about that. When we heard Fumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not going to kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then.
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina?
Hmm.
Sure, I'll be totally useless in the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This is also strange, but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious. Right? Or maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. No, never. Makoto wins. It was me. Confirmed. Right. Oh god, not that. That. Truth bullets. Cause death was a blow to the head. Nothing interesting. Hydrate. He did it between streams. I moved the bodies between streams as well. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky powder. Wait, for some reason, one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it? Spotless hammer. What a strange thing to notice. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, he died from a blow to the head. Oh, he's also lost his Super Saiyan powers, because he's gone back to dark hair. Did the killer use the top to move his body? There won't be any blood left behind when it was moved. Hifumi's big, cold body laying on the floor. I mean, it is big. I mean, how on earth could the killer be able to move someone so big? Oh, using the dolly. Yeah, well, actually, you gotta get him upstairs as well. Justice Hammer 3. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting a feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi in the nurse's office versus now. His glasses. When his body was in the nurse office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? He's not dead, he's playing. Just keep poking it with a stick. Dolly with no handle. Wasn't this in the equipment when we found his body? Yes, it was. I told you it was a dolly. The wheel has blood on it. Even if you did that, what would you poke it with? I mean, there's multiple hammers and screwdrivers. Like, just keep prodding him. I think he's still alive. There's blood on the wheel of the dolly, and that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Yeah, look at all these things we can poke him with. I'm sure we can get him to wake up. Oh yeah, poke him with the hammer. I mean, that's all everyone else did. Poked him with the hammer. So, there's a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from the inside. Can't lock it from the outside. Yeah, alright, is there more to look at? Oh, speak to people, okay. Poke him with the knife instead. I mean, it'll wake him up. Do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone else could. When the attacks and murders and disappearance all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died
So,
was
in
Hiro's
other
name.
words,
There is no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with a weird costume? Maybe he thought no matter what happened, he'll be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century. I mean, he is kind of dumb. Do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel there's a clue hiding in here somewhere.
what?
And what is that? That's all bothers you about the case? Well, no, there's a few other things. Like, why did the killer try and hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete the investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact he was a moron. Is that really it? The other thing that bothers me is Why did they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Because all the rule says if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
I see, so that's what it means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he's figured something out. Well, if he did, it would have killed him to tell me what it was. What you got? There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Yeah. Let's look back on things. Morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock. Soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker and was dressed in a strange costume. Robo Justice. So I think Robo Justice was Super Saiyan. He tried to attack Hifumi. Hifumi managed to survive, got him back, and now he's playing dead. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. Took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office, he did. Ah! To be honest, there's a lot on Celeste as well. Celeste screams this, like, she found the bodies in here. She was the one who said she saw some at the top of the stairs before he was dead. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? It was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. Yeah, she's playing on this too much. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... Also, Hifumi is a bit simpy, which means he might have... he could have said Hero just to throw him off the scent for her. So Korra gives the rundown useful if you left in the middle of the investigation. Ah, okay. I mean, it's still good. It's like reminding me a few things. There's a lot on Celeste right now. Celestina and I went to the nurse's office. Yubakura and Toko pursued the suspect at the 3rd floor. We found his corpse. And then that's when the announcement played. I left Celeste and Hina alone, headed back to the 3rd floor.
However...
But at the same time, we discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. So I remember hearing the body discovery right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up, told you, Bakura and Hifumi. You, me and Bakura all headed to the nurse's office, in behind Toko. As soon as we left the lab, we ran into Celeste, who said that the bodies have gone missing. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover the corpse was gone. We then remembered we'd abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed to the equipment room. I mean, yeah, we're here now. This is literally just happened. The stuff before was interesting, though. Celeste once again said we found the bodies. Celeste has a lot to answer for right now.
However...
Things have certainly been active. If you want to look back, just let me know.
So,
Been thinking about something. After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stick together.
but...
And we came to the repository, you know, to look around. But when we got here, it was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So who locked it, and why is it unlocked now? There's a secret door. locked. Yeah, I saw it was locked as well. Hina checked it. Someone's already gone from the repository and locked the door. When they were gone, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. Hina claims there's no way someone could have beaten them to a repository. There's a killer. Or was it the victim? Yeah. I definitely want to make a word ban. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. Nurse's office, equipment room. Okay. There's definitely a secret door in here. Let's have a look at the map. No, not that map. Let's back away. Back it up. Back it up. What word would you ban? Crazy lady. Some tarp there. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. But yeah, like how are you even questioning that? I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away.
What?
I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimate rare event. Some blood. Yeah, blood from here. Yeah, how is Ifumi's here? There's got to be some kind of secret door. I'm gonna go see the nurse office. Let's back it up. It's quite sad that there's an air purifier, which means that you're definitely really sealed in. I still wonder if this is like in the Nonary games like world and the virus is out and someone's just like really messed up and likes to have a bit of fun. First of all, where am I going? I'm going here. Where is the secret door? What are you investigating? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking, because you're covering up your evidence. You made Hifumi do it for like a kiss on the cheek or something. But surely he has to be at the trial if he's alive. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How he was moved, eh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. When you got back, the body was gone. We could have not been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Hina said the same thing. Yeah, because he got up and walked away. So then the killer was able to get in, move the body in a short amount of time.
Indeed.
I can't think of anything less than impossible. Yeah, because he walked away. Justice Hammer 3. What's about the bin? Something inside the bin. A glasses cleaning cloth. Some kind of cartoon character on it.
Oh.
Did you find something? Yeah, there's a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have wiped up some blood. Who would need to do something like that? You literally just saw his glasses are clean. It's got a little anime girl on it. Who else is it going to be? I don't know whether this is painfully obvious or... There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions. The blood ain't his. The blood's not even his. Oh boy. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting. You should go to Hero's room. Oh yeah, let me give you this. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember it well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so I left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. Things grow even more exciting. See, he's got it. I like this guy. As much as I hate him, I like him. I've already repaid my debt. I don't need any more explanation. Goodbye. So what's in his room? I like to think I might have this figured out, but at the same time, I've also know that I'm normally very wrong. The door is unlocked. Bakura did say go look, but it might not be a best idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. Just bear with me 1 second. Sorry, I'm just reading an email I got from something. Very interesting. Hero's room, all kind of weird stuff in here. Where did you get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? Yeah, so sorry, I was just reading somewhat just came from my phone. So, I'm pretty sus of Celeste right now. But we've just gone into Hero's room because we were told to. Where did he get all this stuff? Something in the cardboard box. Blueprints for a costume. Ooh. Robo Justice is in Hero's room. Something about them bothers me. Robo Justice blueprints. Normal bed. Nothing in the bathroom. Camera. So is that everything? Big news, big news! We found Kyoko. Where is she? I wasn't done, there's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. It's Hero wearing the costume.
Okay.
As soon as you can, head to the pool. Ooh, this is just getting weirder. Why are they standing all the way over there?
I mean...
Phew, man, I've had the worst day. Go on then.
Huh? Oh,
Hey, yeah, who else could I be?
Huh?
Oh, why do I look like this? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati?
Right.
I found Hero. He was jammed into the pool room locker. I looked up and he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and he woke up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe he kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That is creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared without a trace.
Well,
There was something I had to check up on. I can't, never mind.
it's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind?
and?
First of all, Hero, you need to explain why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, I don't even know what happened. Then I woke up and I was here. I don't care. Just do something about that costume. It pains me to look at you.
Huh? Let me
I don't know
out
what's
of
up with this thing, but I
here!
can't get it off. Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself?
You got it all wrong!
I didn't make the stupid thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy, but I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't have a choice, let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hero out the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces. Free at last. Yeah, this is... I think I'm right on this. I've got a feeling it's Celeste with Hifumi helping.
So then,
More to the point, no one but Hero would be able to wear the costume.
Wait.
Wait, hold on a sec.
honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made the costume. It's true, I did see the blueprints.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious the one who put this costume and went around attacking everyone
That's terrible!
was Hero. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Wait, what? Hold on. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves a fair treatment. I mean, attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you're on about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. Wait, killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear the costume. Who else could possibly be the costume to Taka?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, you're going to be a jerk about it? I will. Without missing a bit, Hina started putting on the costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
There was no one in the costume when it attacked Hifumi.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, she took the suit off again.
Ah.
Well, now you're all out of excuses. I think so. I won't be surprised. You see, because you're a girl, if it was another guy, then Against my will, I picked the piece off the floor and put them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this. Transformers unite! You're absolutely right. It seems the costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly. But there's another costume. There must have been one that looks the same, but it fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
What the heck?
You claim there was another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. Ah, Celeste. Ah, you are... It's...
Just the worst.
It's either I'm hating on her for no reason, or I'm onto something. Who cares? Hero's the only one without an alibi during the whole thing.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it was him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me?
What the?
Figure that out. Someone's been killed, right? Who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Ifumi.
What?
What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
Please.
I didn't. Huh? Wait, hold on. If those 2 were the ones that were killed...
How about that?
That's it. I know who did it.
So then...
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least 30%
Which means
right.
Alter Ego and or Chihiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Dude. Unfortunate.
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay?
I'm
telling you got it wrong.
Oh, so then.
Oh, I know, the note. Don't talk about Alter Ego in the open. Oh, yeah! Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out. Don't tell anyone for now, so let's meet at the rec room at 1. Last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
Really? Told you, someone's trying to set me up. I believe you, man. A secret passage, chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite on every piece of bait that flows in front of you. Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if it was a lie, you still got to check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my...
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Sure you did.
Please.
You gotta believe me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue in what you've claimed, but if you want us to believe you, give us reason. You. What the heck? For serious? Now then, we should resume our investigation. There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why did you kill them? Tell us, hero. Like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broken, that's why.
Please.
Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for evidence, right?
What?
You're right. I need to go look for the second suit and that note. Feet don't fail me now. I guess I better get back to guard duty. I was going to ask Toko, Genocide Jack to switch me, but she and Sakura got into the fight. We'd have a catastrophe. Bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second? Well, we need to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
Looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared? No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway...
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Right. Let's go then.
Hey.
So, first I want to examine the corpses.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway...
We have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. I guess we should head that way for now. We need to go up a floor. Up multiple floors. Music's way too chill for like an investigation. Box 15 is a bop. For a moment, Kyoto seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
So then...
Well, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the body. She's got the idea.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Right. So theory... So maybe he is actually dead now, but Celeste killed him after he moved. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move the body from the nurse's office to the repository because he walked from the first to the third, and all without anyone noticing. I can't see how it's possible. Further, it seems that he died from a blow to a head. He was most likely using Justice Hammer 3. But we found the body in the nurse's office. His glasses were covered in blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? Well, who would do that and why? Taka was killed by a blow to the head. He must be struck with number 4, which was laying on the floor in the equipment room. And there's a tarp under his body. The killer must have used it to move it. That way it wouldn't leave any bloodstains.
I see.
I found something.
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his hand?
Whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? Hey, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
So
Take a look. It's broken and you can see the hands aren't moving, right? It's most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen just past 6. So it means the watch was broken sometime after 6.
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, how long are you going to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared, pointing at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words...
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 PM. Meaning it happened at 6 this morning.
However...
And that's not all. Look at his hand. He's gripping something.
Makoto.
Let's pry it out.
Because...
Rigor mortis is already set in. Boys are better suited for this manual labour, right? Whoa. Come on. None of that. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object.
Hey,
Is that all he had? Yeah, a bit of paper.
is that right?
I wonder. Then Kyoko turned to Hifumi's.
So then...
Let's check Hifumi's body. Perhaps he left us a few clues. So, did you
Indeed.
find anything? More than expected, to be honest. Look at this.
That's right.
More paper.
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he hidden it on purpose, you see. His pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. Oh, wait, it's an American pants. I was like, what?
Hey,
Let's take a look. Trousers. Pants and trousers are different things. How do people not get that? American pants. Yeah, it's very different. What do they call pants? Underwear. I'm assuming. It better be important. If you're me, I'll never forgive you. Ah, there it is. I find it funny you call underwear pants. Yeah, but they are pants. Pants and underwear are the same thing. Pants and trousers are not. Trousers are trousers. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet the equipment at 6.
So...
It sounds very familiar. That's it, the same thing Hero said. Found a hole. Yes, it said. What kind of hole? Giggity giggity.
However...
Although it's not the same. Last night slipped a weird note. I found the hole. Meet at 1. The time is different. Hero told us that the note said to meet at 1. But the note they wrote said 6.
Is that right?
Just because Ifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. And that's why.
So...
Part of it's been torn off. I think there's likely some meaning here. Could you explain a little bit? How did they not get this? The bit that was in Taka's hand is the note that Hifumi has, right?
Hey,
Why would he be clutching that scrap of paper so tightly?
so then...
What if it wasn't a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it's something more important? How would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The 2 victims definitely had their handbooks. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out my way to mention it. I said that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. If Gecko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Handbook. It's time! Go!
Are you excited?
Celeste,
Are
you're going
pumped?
down!
It's time, like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death.
Wait, I'm not ready.
And so, with no
I
further
need my
ado,
underwear. You need your pants.
everyone, please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school.
Let's do
It
this.
would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come out with a proper conclusion. I've done it.
Shall we go?
Done it. Hype. If I have this figured out, I am so proud of myself. Everyone has heard Monokuma's proclamation and they were gathered by the door. And as soon as we're all here...
Monokuma appears!
God, there's 2 of them. He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not a multiplication. It just looks that way because this is an illusion. Moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Alright, Niruo. Which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
I'm not here to play with you.
Okay. Hey, hey!
If everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Please!
I'm not mentally prepared.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're going to pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you I didn't do it for serious.
Hmm.
That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate that it seems we have our culprit. Ugh!
Hey,
It's in a place to talk about it. Save your accusations for the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, then the story can begin. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away. For everyone who's still alive, and for the 2 that lost their lives. So, either Hifumi's not dead, or he's killed after he moved. Someone right here is the killer. How many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There'll be 7 left. All aboard. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wait. 8. There's 8. I just can't count, apparently. there's going to be 7. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up to a cruel fate. Oh, it's all different. When I see all you gathered here together like this, I realise just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Giggity.
Just
Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me, of course I'm going to start it. I'll never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your seats. And so the curtains open once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. Oh my god. A deadly class trial. Do you want to save? Yes. I like it, like, really hypes it up, and then it goes, would you like to save? Kind of takes you out the moment a little bit. Set skills. Steadies your aim. Cool. Focus gauge recovers more quickly. I have more SP than skills. I feel like that's not right. Do this. Alright.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
Spoiler, Fumi and Taka died. Wait, what? Really? I wonder if you can get proper lawyering on it and blame it all on the bear. That the bear's the actual killer. And then the bear gets killed. And that's how you get free.
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
I mean, you can't say much.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in
Fun
your
thoughts
room.
there. Yeah.
You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer? Nope. Or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Okay. What's Yashiro's? Oh, the message, okay.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Okay, so we've got
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
It's
Oh,
not
just got
true.
through the whole
It's
thing
Hiro.
again.
No, just hold on a second.
Let's try that again.
Everything we found in your room.
So I think it's blueprints on
The
blueprints.
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Oh, it wasn't.
Shoot.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
It's not true. It's
Hiro, what?
no. Just hold on a second.
Really a lot to go on.
Everything we found in your room.
No.
Shoot!
I'm gonna die at the first hurdle.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Shoot!
Oh, this is annoying. Let me know if you need any help. I'll work it out. This is just a bit
Everything we found in your room.
message.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff.
Okay.
It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Nothing to go on here.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room.
Ah!
Shoot!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
It's not true. It's
Hero, why?
no. Just hold on a second.
Right, let's start this again.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they...
No, it's wrong.
Finally got something. Tread carefully or I'll be the culprit. That one was just weird, like...
Are we sure Hero really made those
That was a
blueprints?
matter of just... That was really hard to, like, make it a case with the options I had.
What do you...
Well, it's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say?
Oh, to the
When you
blueprints.
compare it to the blueprints.
Ah.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Oh, I need to really get into the evidence now then, I see.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero's innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Oh yeah, don't talk about Alter Ego.
Is
Yeah,
it like
God.
Hero said?
The bear
Is
is
there really
listening.
someone
Literally, he's
running
right
around in a
there.
second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Oh.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The Illuminati. Hero. It was Hero.
I got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a
Yeah, you
reason,
shut
yes.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Easy.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Why everyone picks on me? I mean, I know I'm good, but still. Wheel, board, wheel, board, wheel, wheel. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. I just went straight past it.
I got it!
Oh, and the top. There we go.
I got it!
Multiple evidence.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Bakura takes big test. Makino, you do this for me.
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
You shut up. Oh, it's definitely you.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
You were digging your own grave,
There is
Celeste.
no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Oh, I can't wait to send her to death. I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change her mind. New element has been added. Oh, wait, there's more? Why do they keep adding things? This is insane. Reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle event, we're going to add one more ingredient. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo, you see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button. Oh my god, because it's already complicated enough. One bullet to destroy a mark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing tab. Okay. Basically, just remember the tab key now has a reload. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time. But your action difficult sent gentle when marital. Okay. I'm pretty determined it's her.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst.
You have to do this.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
I don't really know what happened. I don't get that thing. It doesn't make much sense, but I didn't realize tab only reloads one bullet as well. I like they just go, well, you fucked up, it's your fault now.
I refuse to give up yet.
The power of Grayskull! I didn't realize it only reloads one bullet, and you've got to do it in time as well. Okay.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst.
Oh, right, you can do multiple ones.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
What? I can't.
You are a fool. Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
Oh my god.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
I didn't realize you could hit multiple.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Press space. I didn't realize you don't have to like
If you're
do
asking
one
for
then
proof
shoot.
that the
You
dolly
can
moved,
multi-tap
it
and
right
take them
here.
all out. That changed everything.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the
What does
wheels
space
had blood
do?
stain on it.
Oh, I'm guessing it activates an ability as well. I passed it somehow by sheer panic. I have good timing, so it I can still do it. Yeah, let's say space seems to do that. I still did it. I have good timing, so if nothing else, I can kind of fudge it.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was
No.
just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Because you couldn't bend. Make your argument.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Yeah, it's
Now,
gotta be that one.
keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Pew!
No, that's wrong.
I have like no health.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, I can't bend at the waist. It seems pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your
Get extra
feet,
health, get
but you can't
correct
even
on
bend
answers
at
to
the
questions.
waist.
It's fine. I'll crawl through it. Everything is fine.
Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Because you can't take it off by yourself.
I don't think taking
I'm
off
getting
the
like
suit was
tiny
an
bits of
option.
health recovery.
If you remember,
I don't know what's up this thing, but I can't get it off. Didn't make the thing. There's a clasp on the back keeping you from getting it off. So you can't take it off on your own.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, Whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got
There's
a
no
good
one
look
in
at
that
it,
suit.
did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Guy hit me. Robo Justice. Yeah, he's trying to.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
Yeah, but did they though?
As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice.
I like they've really stuck with this name.
It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect.
It's not Robo Justice, it's Ronald Gelado.
But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
Sorry, Shadow, something moving at the top of the stairs. Yeah, I bet you did.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and
I'd
search
feel
the
really
second
bad
floor.
if it wasn't her.
And soon after,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Yeah, they tend to scream.
and then
And then... What was that? Came from downstairs, it must have been. Hey Fumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
Ah, because he wasn't dead.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Fumi's body had disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions. Have to find them no matter what. Here we go. Watch.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
Yeah, it's gonna be about the watch.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Wait, what?
Shoot!
Oh, I've killed myself. No, I killed myself. I was like, easy, got this straight in.
Is this...
Wait, is it over? No, just give me another chance. Let's just forget that happened. Let's try this again. The broken wristwatch.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if, or perhaps it was.
We already know Taka came last.
So it could be that. What order? It's not the numbering.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's dead.
No.
See?
No.
So it's obvious Taka came after.
It's got to be the numbering one.
Regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
What?
Shoot!
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's
There's no other
obvious
points
Taka
to...
came after.
There was something else, wasn't there? Like adding something? Yellow weak spot. Firing truth bullets. Oh wait, I can press Q so I can do that quicker. You target a weak spot, then hold down the button. I can add them. Right.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer,
While Taka's death...
See?
I
So
knew
it's
there was
obvious
like
Taka
another
came
element
after.
that I forgot about.
So, regarding Taka, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were.
There we
No,
go.
that's wrong.
I'll ask if I need it. I do try and like to work it out
Hold on.
myself.
There's no reason to assume
Well,
that
if I
the
totally
hammers were
lose it, I
used
will.
in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. The wristwatch. Right. Oh my god, I actually know this one. There it is. I think this is the first one I actually know. Nailed it!
Now I understand.
Hi, no name official. Hope you're okay.
I got it. Taka's wristwatch.
What do I call you? Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're right.
See? Look.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey you, how long gonna keep us waiting? His irritated voice appears the air, yeah.
so if it wasn't
That's the
broken
thing
after
about his
6
watch
last
working.
night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
Justice hammer.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Hifumi in the nurse's office. We have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran
wasn't
down
dead
to the
then.
nurse's office. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered
BRB.
his body
No worries,
had
I'll be here.
disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true.
Here we
We
go.
searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
Gone for a minute or two.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Sorry, can someone pick up the phone because I called it. Yeah.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
I bet you'd say it isn't possible, Celeste. Celeste's account. That's what I'm gonna go with as the...
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the
What was her account? Let's read that before I start firing it off. Disappeared when Celeste and I left the nurse's office. Apparently, yeah, okay. Yeah. I have to pull some off this.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance
No, it is impossible.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery?
What?
shoot!
Hate this one. I'm like, yeah, I got
Are
it.
you
And then it's
saying
like,
that
nope.
when we first found Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance
He was actually still alive.
alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery.
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
I need to stop firing. I keep
And
doing the wrong
that
thing.
is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he was actually
Still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we
Dead body had
really
been
so
found.
sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, I think I already did that one.
Shoot!
So someone else's discovery. Dead body has been found. Didn't work. He was still alive.
Are you
He was
saying
still
that
alive
when we
and dead?
first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
there's a chance
He was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Oh.
Shoot!
I'm gonna die again.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a
Chance he was actually still
alive?
No. It is in Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. The Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, someone else's discovery. He was actually still alive. Dead body. I think dead body. He was actually still alive. Kind of makes sense. Some of these are quite hard because you gotta like think what answer do they want for this, as well as knowing kind of where you want to go with it. Let's do this.
I refuse to give up yet.
The power of Grayskull.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office?
Yeah, not all that news.
He was actually still alive.
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a
Chance he was actually still alive.
Ah!
Shoot!
There's only 3 options, yet I'm somehow messing this up dramatically.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
Okay, I
Hifumi was
think
dead, and you know that.
I
Surely
might
you
have
heard
it.
the body.
I thought I've already done this one, but I
is why
haven't.
the announcement.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
That.
discovery.
Someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance
Chance he was actually
still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
There we go. I thought I already did that combination. That's why I didn't try it again. But I was wrong.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later,
But
he won't
the
make
announcement did
announcement
go again later.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
First time played when we found everything at the same time, and the second time was when both bodies were
I got it!
rediscovered.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Certain amount of time you may use, however you like. The class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Wow.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Yeah, I bet you think that. Ah, I've got to. To be proof shows Hifumi was still alive. His glasses. There it is. Cheeky bullet I need.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Then, was he really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
Well, here's one. The first time we
Oh,
found
Celeste.
him, his body
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before, other than the
Change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence found was the cleaning cloth.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Tiggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Welcome back. Finally getting onto it.
That's a
I
good
was right,
point.
wasn't I? He moved. He walked himself upstairs.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Nope, that was a blood
The
thing.
fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Hifumi moved.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
Sakura.
The door was
It all
locked.
comes back to her.
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
Oh.
The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Zip paper. No.
I got it!
Got it!
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hugs all round.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. I'm still canoning that they're talking about pants, not trouser pants.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Huh?
Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said,
His pants are important.
Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants! I can't do it. His pants? Are you saying his pants are alive? Are pants people? Are there pants people? You know, even if there are, I'm sure they're not here in the school. Wait, what am I saying? That embarrassment was
In
worth
other
it.
words, the killer got in touch with another person, and that person could only have been... I got it!
I like there's a tick next to his pants.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out
It
Taka
was
and
me!
murder him.
Hello? I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy! Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still. I can't let it get to me. Scrap of paper. Oh, none of them. Cleaning cloth, wristwatch.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
Yes, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Huffy had the note, right?
And then we're gonna go
The person it was
to
must have
time.
been Huffy!
But remember what the note said.
Pew! Wait, what?
Shoot!
Happy had the note, then the person it was must have been Happy! But remember what time did it? 6 a.m. The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
All the way round then? This is one of the annoying things, like, I think I've got it right, it's just...
But remember what the note said.
What time did it say? 6 a.m. The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
What?
Shoot!
Imagine it going back to shut up when you try to prove wrong. That's what?
Happy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
It does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I have. Oh, his watch. His watch is on this.
Happy had the note, right?
There it is,
Then
there
the
it is.
person it was intended for must have been Happy! But remember what time did it?
6 a.m.
There were so many ways this can go.
It has
An
nothing
option.
to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong.
So many
No,
ways you can look
there
at this.
absolutely
Trying
is
to
a
like
connection.
prove the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place, written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Then if I told you this already, but they got two different voice actors for Toko and Jack. Ah, that makes sense. That's cool.
Where's your proof?
Like
Go
that
ahead,
really,
show us.
instead of like one person making a crazy voice, that really separates them, doesn't it? The proof of the note was the ripped bit of paper. There it is.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa, yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurses, so if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instrument, but if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I mean, we've already found
I
it.
don't
It's
think
the
it
washed
is
hammer.
possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Was the cleaned hammer. Spotless hammer. There it is. Gonna fire this
What was
off.
used to kill Hifumi?
Yo.
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
I want to know
one
it.
thing seems
I want to know if
pretty
that's a real
clear.
website.
The murder weapon had
But
to be one
I don't
of the
wanna,
Justice
like, type it.
Hammers. And, that's about it.
Oh, I missed. Okay, there's a few this could reference,
What
so
was
let's
used
just...
to kill Hifumi?
No. Might be the last one.
What was used? Was it just maybe
that
Justice?
one.
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody
Witness them carrying it.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make it. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
And, that's about it.
I'm gonna go with the...
What was
Justice
used? Was it
Hammer
just maybe
5
Justice?
and
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make
Ah!
an appearance.
It would be awesome if Hero actually used his talents to look into the fourth plane and find out who killed someone. Or even find out if someone is about to die before it happened. Yeah, I mean, he is about to be the ultimate. He probably should use these abilities.
What was used to kill
What else do we
Hifumi?
have?
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was,
There's one. How was the culprit?
how did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance.
Could be that one.
Check out murdergear.com
And then that
/hammertime
connects
for
the
more
thing?
info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
Oh wait, no, it could be that one. It could be that one.
That's about it.
No, I missed! I think it is that one. You plan to know more about the oath?
What was used? Was it just maybe Justice?
What do you mean? Sorry,
There's
bud.
one. How was the culprit? How did nobody? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5. Check
No,
out murdergear.
no.
The murder weapon had to be one of...
There we go.
No.
Of course it was the last one.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But...
Yeah, I don't know what you
seriously?
mean.
A different
If you
weapon?
plan to know more about Hero, I won't say anything because it spoils his character. Oh yeah, no, if it's stuff that appears in game, yeah, don't hold on. but if it doesn't appear in game, I'm not too bothered.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris, but for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
Got it.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
No shit, they're all like missing.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Yeah,
The way
right.
the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
Unless he's simped up.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there'd be no reason for someone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first. But here we go. Celeste, it's coming to an end. It's not Celeste. I'm still gonna feel really bad. Okay, they're all useless, surely.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work
Possible's
together.
the wrong word.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Not a lot to go on.
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible that two
I
people
can't shoot,
work
it's
together
own
on it.
phrasing.
Shoot!
Oh, I've done it again, I've killed myself. No! Gosh darn it. And everyone just blames me again, even though they're nowhere near on my case.
Is
I like to think
I
they
refuse to give up.
stop killing yourself in the class trials. I don't mean to. I like to think like they just blame him because they just get sick of his shit. Like, you know what, it's you. Just I don't care if we die, like it's definitely you. Okay, all of them are useless. So it's some
Based
combination
on the
of what's
rules
going on
that have
here.
been laid out, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
So
That is,
possible.
but that only really, in this case, however,
Two
there
murders.
were two murders.
So it's
Based
going to be
on the
one
rules,
way
even
or
if more
one
than
way or
one,
the
only
other way
the one
around,
who
like,
actually,
surely.
assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible. That is,
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Oh, you. Ah!
based on the rules that even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible.
Right, eat that.
That is, but that only really, in this
Case, however, there were two murders.
Other way around. Right.
shoot.
See, I find the statement ones quite hard. See, you know they're going to
Based on the
connect,
rules
but
that have been laid out
the
for us,
right way round
even
the
if
game
more than
wants
one
it.
person is
Complete only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true. That is, but that only really, in this
Case, however, there were two murders.
There we go.
based on the rules that have been laid out
Okay,
for us,
shut up, I'm not
even
wrong.
if more than one,
Exactly.
only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
They should count either way you do it.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Yep, it's Celeste.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at it as a series of connected events, but entirely separate instances. Kyoko is really amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too good. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end murdered him. In the debates until now, the case has unfolded. When you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. It is going to be you. Wait, no, you. No, wait, you.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Yep. Called it. Called it. The screaming.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Whoa.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever
All right,
went out as
I'll
a
just
costumed
be quiet now.
individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Saw a shadow.
we headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so we headed further down the hallway.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Ugh. Came from downstairs, it must have been. Hifumi! We have to go back to the nurse's
It was
office.
to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will lead the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Bakura, and Sakuya.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
It wasn't that good, I worked this out
Hina,
a while ago.
you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all gonna die here. We're gonna die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so
She
strange
started
about
freaking
it.
out.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Ooh.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Or said Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. What is he alluding to? That she knew he was already dead. What we got? E-handbook, file, Celeste's account. That was leaving it. Okay, this is gonna be something on screen.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Wait, what? Ah, how does that not work?
Shoot!
All I said was,
They must really be enjoying
the sight of us standing around, frightened, and
They must be
positively, we are all going to die here.
All.
We are going to die.
Just like those guys.
Died.
And that is all I
And that's all it takes.
What was so
Strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said,
They must really
gonna be the other way
enjoy
around, isn't it?
the sight of us. They must be. We are going to
Die. Just like
Oh,
those
shoot
guys
it!
died.
Ah!
And that is all.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh, let's try this again.
All I said.
Rounds,
They must
go
really
rounds,
enjoying
go rounds,
the
go
sight of us. They must be.
That one,
We
that
are
one,
all going
that
to. We are going to
Die. Just like
No, that's wrong.
They should allow it both subways.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys die. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
you all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do
There's
you
no one in
explain
the
this
suit.
picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? Celeste put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Because it's a setup. Like, that's
Simple.
not hard.
Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Nope, can't be. Nope. It wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. The only possibility is Hifumi dragging the suspect away. Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking. This is worth the pain.
Shoot!
Oh, it didn't do a text thing. That's a shame. It is, of course, Hifumi is dragging the suspect away.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi dragging the suspect away, but is it really possible? Oh, what we got? Ooh, music change.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Okay, what we got? Just be about the costume being really
You dressed
rigid.
me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like a...
Just gonna have a look at these. So we've got costume. It's gotta be the costume because you can't move.
As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up
No, it's wrong.
Why is it always me having to do with this?
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
checkmate.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Nope.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
You tried to kill me. That's right, I remember the name. Yashu.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer
Oh,
was
this is gonna be her real
clear,
name,
was
innit?
it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Oh god, she's lost it.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
You gave everyone nicknames.
Shoot!
Oh. I thought he did.
Think back to how did he refer to each of us?
I got it!
Did he use everyone's last
That's
name?
right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal, but he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Pew 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 pew.
Now this is pod racing.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
Oh, she's getting very personal on this.
Do I? What?
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Give me your ebook. It'll be on the ebook, won't it? E-handbook. There we go. Primed and ready.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real...
how many times do I have to tell you? No. Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
I like it upside down.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth
Oh, I missed.
there is! Moron!
Got an achievement. The color of television.
Hifumi was
Okay,
he
nope,
wanted us to
nope,
know the killer. If there's
no,
one person, it would
no,
have to be you. So
no,
how many times?
no.
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
No, that's wrong.
Bazinga. Get handbooked.
That's it. The hand.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
The handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it displays your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. There's so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning.
Story about
That'll
time.
bring everything to an end.
I called it. So good. Oh, right, okay, there's a lot of things. Why is there stuff from the other ones as well? Like, this just makes it more complicated. I don't know what to put in the first one. Him coming in. Times that. That is 7. Oh, 1 o'clock. Act 3. 6, just past 6. Bonk on the head. That was 4. Oh, I missed this one. This is quite obviously take a photo. So they're gonna come in here in the chill out space. Bag, maybe? I can't really think what else it could be. Nurse's office. Him pretending to be dead. be Justice Hammer 3. They then find the dead bodies. He then wraps it up, gives them a push, comes into here, and Assailant gives them a good old bonk with the black hammer.
Here's exactly what
See if I
happened.
get it right first time. Here we go.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Ah, it wasn't that one. Is that just that? That seems a bit of a cop-out if it is. And then there's the one with the blood on it.
Here's exactly what happened. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Got it.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when
I
they
do
met
love
up
how
with him,
when it's telling these, it's so like gruesome, yet the music is so funky.
they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan.
I
They
like
called
it, the comic,
Taka
he's
to
still
the
Super
equipment
Saiyan.
room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
Ah! Oh god, I'm out of life. I did wonder if that one was going to be right. Could be that. When you say anything, it could be. Oh wait, no, Justice Hammer 2.
Here's exactly what happened. So, for these, the first fit there, they want the second this time would be that the suit fell right in.
Yeah, got it.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took the back from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office.
I still don't understand why they were moved. Like, what was the point?
And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Wait, am I becoming part of that? Nailed it!
Celeste!
This is the first one that I was right when I came in. My thoughts are correct.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Nailed it. Oh, yeah. There's some bad calls along here. Well, not too bad. Too bad. Yeah.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is
I'm
indeed
right.
the moment we've
Love it.
all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
This is the first one I went in and was pretty sure I knew what had happened. Hype. Ba-ding. Triple wrecked. I don't get why this scene is always so low quality compared to everything else in the game. It's like they've updated it all, bar that. Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Lutenberg, or more precisely, Takeo Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
You really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would happily agree to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality, lying. My speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know, wink wink? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Is she talking about alter ego? Okay, not her.
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. Totally out the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
You're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. Why does he have all these figures and stuff? Like, how was he allowed this stuff? I've got nothing.
Actually...
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. Taka, he stole it.
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use of the digital camera. I'd taken a you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
Oh, it was him. How did he do it? He was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You were correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
Did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me. Whoa. He took pictures and said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. Okay, this is getting dark. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. You mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It's amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him!
Most unfortunate...
Wait, please, if you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
You don't mean... Taka is going to try and kill you.
Indeed.
And so he can keep her all to himself.
This is unforgivable! Completely unforgivable!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I?
I swear I will save her!
Actually...
Then how would you like to join me? Just so happens I've come up with a plan. I've devised a way to reclaim what is stolen and escape the dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that I am had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me. I have another question for you. What was strange about Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
It was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea it would make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
Why did you decide to make me a suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see...
And in regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. Oh, dude. This poor the guy. I feel like I could cry.
Well...
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking did. What was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you actually let him live?
Are you okay?
It's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded, he was on the verge of death, but just barely held on. And he believed it? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. I explained it to Hifumi. The plan was, while you were all questioning him about what happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. And at that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so no one could doubt him, and I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent, in fact. Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up to the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you planned to kill him all along? But of course. There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How could human life mean so little to you?
Well...
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Bakura.
I wonder
No,
about that.
he derives pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought had been escape.
But...
You've been saying all along how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little
I wanted to get
bitch.
out. Every day was fresh torture. And you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would mean nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there's no way I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And what is this dream?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Oh my god. I wanted to live in a castle, so I murdered... Actually, in fact, if you go back like 200 years, killing to own a castle is probably quite legit. So, okay. I'll let her have it. A castle? Why is everyone vampires? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Whoa. They actually are better vampires. This is a little weird, you know. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life, that was only my only dream, my only goal. And that's what life is about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuna's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing
unfortunately
to be
my dream has been scattered to the wind. Celeste is indeed a bit weird. Yeah, like, owning a castle, fair play. And like, killing to own a castle, I mean, it was quite normal before. Sort of modern day, so, yeah. But then going, I want everyone to dress as vampires and serve me, that's when it gets a bit weird. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate. Were you really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavour. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That was make me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realise you're about to die? Why are you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled. I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even fool my own emotions. The consciousness deceives the unconsciousness. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes.
That's
indeed.
right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I'd like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement in itself must have been her final lie. And the weak, fake smile is what betrayed her. You all done? Okay, let's get rolling. The blackened disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Here we go.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone.
Oh, that'll be the key for the thing we don't talk about.
Perhaps we'll meet again in another life.
Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. The burning of the Visel's witch. Oh, right. Burning alive is definitely one of the worst. I mean, they're all pretty bad. Be beaten to death with bulls. Wait, what? The fire department, let's go! That was a really weird one, like, no extremeness anywhere like the rest of them. She's enjoying the execution too much to run her into her with a fire engine. That was a really weird one. Like, the rest are, like, really, like, extreme. And that was like, oh, she's going to be burned. But she's enjoying it, so we're going to crush her with the fire engine. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her. But I also can't deny the fact at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him just to come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of her regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Here I thought you guys were going to pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me
What do I
out
care
of
about
here!
hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. Yeah, there's something going on outside the school. I still have this, like, kind of, like, weird theory that it's still part of the Nonary Games universe, and this is, like, after Earth becomes wrecked. It's sad, yes, it is, but the reality can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you going to make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey, hey!
So what's the deal with that?
What?
Nothing. What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey,
Answer me, what did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
Man, oh geez, oh man, oh geez, what do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that? The mastermind did something to her body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what was the key?
so...
Most likely the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. We approached the dressing room. Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go in alone. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check for you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. I mean, why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know? Then I'll go
What?
too. Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention.
Goodbye.
Duh, do whatever you want. Thank you, Bakura.
Well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm going to go to the dining hall, okay? As everyone disappears. Does it mean we think what it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little background. I try to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Oh, yeah.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. She took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as it swung open, we saw... Oh, here we go. How is the battery on this laptop? It was already really old. Like, it's doing really well. It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word and I stayed quiet the entire time. I think I might be open the last of the files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. How convenient. I'm doing my best, so please wait a little while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since you have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. We do need to know! I need to know if I can trust you or not. This makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do
Indeed.
that, it's only natural they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No. I
What?
believe in you. You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
And maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. Ooh, hello. Law. What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me the story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when I did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And there's, in the storage closet there, way in the back, there was a way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could she be right? Let's have a look. There. That one. Just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. Could it really be here? Some kind of tile, I'm guessing. Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the closet, and suddenly, as if I was being yanked in, the same as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall, and I had no idea what was going on. I'd fallen through the back of the closet. It turned out, the back wall was a revolving door, and I made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
Oh boy. The boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. In the way in the back, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. What's in here? So we got the books and we got the desk. Let's do the books first. Bunch of files, look like volume after volume of yearbooks, all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry. The only thing not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped it into my hand. Before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out the file and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it was like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. Strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words. You must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? They said that before. Oh. A strange sound rang out through my head. I felt like it was shaking. I think they did go to school together. And then for some reason, they can't remember that year or them months. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know who started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Oh, it's all gone. Apparently, something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much, at least. Oh, boy. An empty bookshelf. Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. Ooh. My body was heavy with pain. My mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards the room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. Farther, the further I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. I can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, as if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound was coming from the gym. As I desperately hurled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door. The sounds coming from inside me, well, only intensified that much more. Before me raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
She's the spy! No!
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
Ooh. What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is next generation? Let's stand tall, galactic hero. Oh my. So she's the 7 students left. So she's the spy. Oh snap. Received the superhero justice present. Would you like to save? Oh man, she is the... no. Cool, let's do that, let's do that. What? I like Sakura, why? Why does this game keep playing with me? Oh my god. I can't handle it anymore. It's so good. So good. But so much pain. Internal conflict and pain. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. And we'll do chapter 4 next week. I'm so happy I got this one. I was pretty onto this from the start, which is sweet. Compared to the other ones where I'm like, okay, that was unexpected. I managed to twig on that one. Sakura's got a bit more about her though. Looks like she's fighting back. So, and that room, I can't really think what it was about. It came up earlier today, but it was like only in passing. I've got a feeling that we were all we actually did the year in school, but we don't remember it, or like 6 months or something, and something's happened, and there's a reason why we can't leave. I've got a feeling it is like a nonary games kind of thing, like there's a reason we shouldn't leave. But there's just a twisted mastermind behind it. Who knows? We'll get there. And we'll carry on more next week. I'm not really sure when I'm going to be streaming next. I really, really want to do some Train Simulator. I'm going to put on some chill jams and just do more of like a hangout kind of stream. I'm hoping to do it sometime this weekend. I'm not sure when I'm here to because I have quite a busy couple of weeks coming up. But I'll be definitely doing Monday, definitely Thursday, next Thursday, definitely next Monday, and hopefully I can fit in a trading stream. I just want to do a better hangout stream, basically just kind of a hangout stream. We'll do some training, we can chat, just chill out. Some good vibes. That's what we want. Good vibes. So please tune into that. And if you're watching this after the fact, thank you for watching. If you're watching right now, Profraxel, Jaden, thanks for stopping by as always. Much love, much appreciated. And I will see you all soon. See you next time. Bye bye. Wait, what? The fire department, let's go! Wait, what? The fire department, let's go!